All right, man, we are here in the southern part of Coyote Flats, and it has just been an amazing couple days so far. I was going to say weekend, but it's like Tuesday. Nick is incredibly well outfitted because he's got a company that literally does this. Yes. And I want to see exactly what you put in this awesome Defender. So you mind showing us around your toolboxes?
Absolutely,
Sweet.
absolutely. All right.
I'm super excited to go through this tool set. I've been out with Nick now a few times, and we like to go places that are pretty remote. One of the things about traveling with me is, you know, I don't carry the right stuff yet to fix my own rig, so I have to invite people like you and Don to come along and fix my stuff. So, by the way, Don, thank you so much for running the camera. It's super helpful. Nick, thanks so much for laying all this stuff out. I mean, this was some serious work. I can't believe everything came out of your rig, but I do know when I asked you for some silicone tape this morning, you had it. I don't think I've ever asked you for something that you didn't have. All right, so tell me, how did you lay everything out here?
So essentially, as far as hand tools go, I have two main bags. One is a ATC tool roll.
Yep. That's a great bag. You've had that for a while.
So everything from the left of the 3/4 snap-on ratchet goes in here.
Oh, excellent. Okay.
So this is like the wrenches I don't use a bunch, screwdrivers, which I don't seem to use a lot, hammers, Nipex, which are great compared to, you know, regular channel locks or something, pliers. This is for getting the coolant hoses off, so you don't tear the hose off because you dig it around the pipe under the hose, and then you can pop it off.
Great. Is that made for that?
Yeah, that's what they're for. Yeah. Okay. Cool. You know, more wire cutters, needle nose pliers, good old fashioned vice grips. Got to have a regular box cutter.
Yep.
Brushes, and then this actually gets used a lot.
Yeah. Does it?
The magnet.
My kids always end up running off with. I have a couple of them, and my boys just grab them, and then I find them in random places.
Yeah, Dominic was using it to find metal particles.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the other thing. They'll rub it in the sand and then come up with all the iron.
Metal. Yep. Various picks, simple nut driver. This is a fan clutch tool for the Defender in case I have to take the serpentine belt off so I can get the fan off.
Okay, good.
And then get the belt out.
Yep.
So that's basically everything that fits in here. The main bag is the Step 22.
Oh, I've seen these bags.
Yeah.
How do you
Handle
like
and
it?
tool roll. So I went through several different other manufacturer bags, and I just didn't like them. That one is excellent. My favorite thing about it,
as you know, I'm like laying the zippers and making sure they work.
Yeah.
So those are pretty great.
Yeah. I said my favorite thing is the dump pouch, because when it's laying flat on the ground, you have this big pocket. So you're taking nuts and bolts off, and of course you're laying in the dirt because you're on the trail. And you just throw the stuff in there and it doesn't get lost.
So what goes in the factory in the Pangolin?
So everything from here this way, with the exception of this little guy.
Okay.
So I've got, this is taking the drive shaft out.
Yeah.
The drive shaft bolts.
Just an extension? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, well, it's low profile, so you can actually fit it in there.
Okay, got it.
So you don't have to use a 9/16 wrench.
Yep.
Various snap-on extensions. These actually are tapered, so they're a wobble if you put it on part way.
Yep.
And if you click it all the way on, like for instance, you put it on part way, and it wobbles.
Yeah.
But if you don't want it to wobble, you can push it all the way on, and then it's rigid.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like
so good.
Like a 2-in-1. Metric and standard hex wrenches. Very tiny, tiny little wrenches, which I never use, but I always keep them just in case. Forceps, which are great for holding various things.
Yeah.
Because I cram everything in here, I searched forever to try and find socket holders that were compact, and they don't exist.
Right.
So I had to resort to Ziploc bags and fit them all in there.
That's a smart idea.
Isn't the greatest, but they are done by size, like, you know, 1/4-inch metric, you know, 3/8 metric. So they're all categorized.
Okay.
You know, regular Allens, Torx. I have crow's feet, and then obviously deep sockets.
It makes it easier to like find stuff.
Yeah. Does this all stay in your rig
all the time?
All the time.
All the time.
Okay.
Never goes out. Because otherwise I forget it.
And then these guys, I love these. They're so like compact. You said Mac tools.
Yeah. So yeah, these are Mac's ratcheting wrenches. The cases are phenomenal because they're small. These are swivel head, so they're locked.
Yep.
But if you push the pin, you can move it to the position you want to let go.
And it stays.
And it stays locked.
And when we were putting on the awning over here in Alabama Hills, it was super helpful to have that little thing.
I have a couple specialty ones like this is for the radius arms on the Defender. It's
Okay.
big socket, various snap-on wobble head wrenches. I really love these because the detents are so fine that, you know, you only have to move it that much.
It's like a watch.
So I mean, it's like you can,
Yeah.
you know, you can tighten something like that. And
Wow.
for some
Yeah.
reason in this car, I always end up with no room
Yeah.
to turn a wrench.
Click, click.
So yeah, it makes a huge difference. They have like low-profile ones that are flat, for limited.
And who makes
Limited
this again?
space. These are Snap-on.
Snap-on. Okay. And this bag, by the way, this is step 22.
Correct. So this actually comes with the Penguin tool roll.
Got it.
Because these come off. So originally that was Velcroed there.
Okay.
But I loaded so many tools I couldn't quite get it shut well enough.
Yep.
So they sent me another individual bag
Oh, nice.
to put there.
All right.
And then I just roll that up and stick it under the back seat next to the tool roll.
Totally cool.
And then you got this little baby guy too, which is good for super tiny spots. You know, it's like a little
That thing's ridiculous.
little thumb one. I by far use these the most. You know, we use these when we put tents on and take tents off. And I mean, I'm always using these. This is like the most popular thing. You know, probably then these, then the sockets. I've never used the crow's feet. I did buy these the other day just to have them. So this is kind of like a crow's foot.
I haven't seen this before.
So, you know, it's your regular, like this is a 10 millimeter.
Yeah.
So you can turn it with your hand.
Yep.
Or you can put, you know, a wrench in it or an extension on it.
Yeah.
So if you don't have access to the
that's
bolt,
really cool.
you can come over next to it and then you can get it that way.
Super cool.
And then once you break it loose, you can just kind of stick your fingers down there and wiggle on it. And a lot of these I've got because I've been somewhere and something's broken. I'm like, I don't have that.
Let me add that
So
to
then
it.
I add that to my list and I go back and then I buy it. So next time it breaks, I have it.
Dude, this is an amazing kit. All right, so now you're gonna wrap these up.
Yep.
I want to see how big it is, by the way, when you do that.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna take us into some of your specialty bags.
Yeah, electrical.
Okay, pretty sweet. So Nick, Overland Pros is his company. I used to think he was sponsored by them, but then I eventually figured it out. If you saw the rig review, I met Nick in Death Valley, and we were both kind of going for the same campsite.
Yep.
And we decided to share. He had his daughter who was so good with my boys, and you know, it's just like it was a great time.
Everything's back in.
Yep. And that, by the way, that only took a couple minutes. We were not off for long. That is a really cool little feature. All right.
And then, you know, the bag that the roll fits in is the dump pouch.
Yeah,
And
that's
so a little-
pretty.
And it sits
and
right
it's-
under the seat.
Yep. And it's named Penguin.
So this is by far my oldest bag.
Yep.
It's been great, except I did break one buckle, but I just bought a little replacement buckle for it.
That's got hammers and everything.
Yep. That is fun. And all these fit under the back seats in the car.
Yep.
So basically that, and then this little tiny guy right here. So this originally went in the Penguin, but I wanted to put more sockets and stuff in there, so I just
It's just all done.
I just put that and then
All right, so
that's it.
all that table
Yep.
down to this.
Yep.
Nice. And weight wise, we're talking. It's not crazy.
That's
Yeah, it's heavier.
That's heavier.
Heavier. All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tools do weigh. They are heavy.
They do.
And where do
Nice.
you normally store these?
So under the back, well, actually, this guy sits on the floor. This goes under the back seat. This goes under the back seat, and this sits right at the passenger's footwell on the floor. Because you know they can stand on it. Who cares? Not gonna hurt it.
Yeah, I've got kids' toys under the seat. You know, because I'm like it's close to where they sit.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense because it's always a pain to pull them in and out.
Yeah.
And so maybe that's
Kids
where my
use the little
tools.
seat back pockets behind my seat. That's where they
Yeah.
store their junk.
Got that too.
They can reach it.
Yep. Nice. All right, man. Thanks. Can't wait to see the next bags.
I know. You got to have the tools, but where you have them in the car is very important.
Absolutely.
Because if they're buried, and like I broke on the Rubicon once, and I'm up on a rock, and I got to get my tools out, well, then I got to dump everything out of the car.
Yep. Been there.
So
Been
I
there.
never did that again. Everything was like open one door,
Yeah.
and all the tools are right there.
Yeah. One big part about having stuff out here is knowing where it is.
Yeah, organization is
Yeah.
really
It
key,
is.
especially with all with so much. Here inside.
All the stuff here. Yeah.
Organization is a constantly evolving thing.
You think we'll end up hiking over there sometime?